All right, Cancers, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for January 11th through the 17th of 2016. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, be sure to check the description down below because the signs are different. All right, Cancer, so a much more supportive week this week. Last week, we had a lot of shifts and changes. Mercury was going retrograde. We had a lot of energy with Pluto and Uranus. And so now, definitely much more supportive. You can see here in the transit graph a lot of blues, and a lot of those blues, in fact, all of them are trines, which are the easiest supportive energies. So it's good during easy times to utilize it and to move forward, especially in this early phase of the lunar cycle. And I would say specifically for you, involving your work or your health, your diet, your daily routines. Self-improvement, perhaps. You just had a new moon in your 6th house, so there are new things shaping up in regards to that. And with Mercury retrograde, it's about learning more about it, being in flux, and maybe even revamping the routine or whatever it is that you do on that daily level. So that's all what the general energies are, and it starts here on Tuesday and Wednesday with Venus trining up to Uranus. So here it could be quite exciting, maybe for you around your home, your family, maybe with groups or organizations that you're a part of here this early part of the week. And it's all from this enjoyment of your self-expression or with your interests or your hobbies lately with Venus going into that 5th. Now, mind you, of course, it is still quite serious with Saturn in that 5th house, the self-expression, the interests, and the passions, which does keep everything nice and grounded. But now with Venus separating from Saturn this week, probably easier in that sense, and you can see the polarity or distinction between the easier and also the hard work that you could be implementing with those interests in your life. So that's quite exciting, though, this early part of the week, maybe even to open your horizons in some sense, maybe with philosophy, spirituality, anything, it could be even your life path, and seeing some insights with that also. And it really is a week of insights in many regards. Now here on Wednesday, the sun trines up to that Jupiter North Node exact, and this is all about these shifts that are taking place involving the material values of your life. You've had Jupiter transiting that 2nd house for about the last 6 months or so. So there is this expansion, or at least what you're learning, and at least seeing the overarching perspective of your values, of where you can have more of these simple pleasures of life and maybe even directly opportunities. So it's seeing that, and that all can be very supportive this week. But with the retrograde, again, everything's still in flux, so just be malleable in the process. But in either case, it's good to see that and really be grateful in many ways for what you have in life. Now, the North Node is shifting into that 2nd, so for the next 2 years, there's going to be a lot of energy to pursue those values on the material side in general, but maybe to get to know more about your inherent strengths in life, the things that you're just naturally good at, naturally interested in, and and it could be quite enjoyable here with Jupiter there as well. So very supportive this week, those 2nd house things, and it's through that you can actually learn quite a bit, in fact, about those things that you value in life, and it's very much supporting these shifts and changes taking place still with your work or daily activities. Now also on Tuesday, Venus is going to be squaring up to Chiron, so there is healing taking place for you, probably with the home and family stuff, maybe with your self-expression, and maybe with organizations and groups. So with that, there's just this importance of being open to healing. It's really all that it comes down to, being open to learning more about the way you express yourself, your health, your home, your family, your groups or organizations that you're a part of. And in that way, you do allow this healing energy to come in, which usually is quite rejuvenating as a result. Now, here on Thursday, a lot of aspects, and essentially what it is Mercury retrograde is going to go over the sun and then trine up to this Jupiter North Node conjunction. So again, a lot of insights, and I think this middle to later part of the week could be specifically involving insights around how you can have that self-improvement, you can develop your crafts. Maybe for a lot of you, there are new beginnings unfolding with your work or with the daily activities. So it's good to be reflective, like I was saying with that retrograde, but here, a lot of passion. Usually the sun energy dominates in either case, and there's that strong self-expression here involving that. So it looks good, but of course, again, bringing extra attention to Mercury retrograde. But in either case, can be quite nice, especially with Mercury trining up to this support towards you discovering more about your values, maybe even seeing those opportunities in that area, and in some regards too, finishing up what you've been involved with over the past 2.5 years of your communication and of learning and of reading, which is still quite strong right now because you got Mars here, but the North Node is definitely shifting to a life path, which is much more about the earthly side of things. So you could feel that shift more so as the week unfolds. And those insights could be directly supporting a lot of that. So very nice there. And then the weekend, we do have Mars trining up to Neptune. So again, with that drive to communicate or read or write that maybe you've been feeling for the past 2 months, there's this easygoingness about it with Mars trining Neptune. It's quite deep. It's quite meaningful. The truth is there. The truth comes easy. You could feel actually quite supportive with your self-expression and career this later part of the week with Mars, since it rules both your 5th and your 10th. And one thing I want to say too, not so strong, but on Sunday going into Monday, Venus will be squaring up to that Jupiter North Node conjunction, which does come across as quite enjoyable and quite easy. So it's good to keep it nice and grounded and to work at it. But here it's how you can have these interests, which you're learning more about, or you're building in your life rather, and integrating that with these new values and insights that are shaping up this week. And how to even balance and integrate the home and family stuff or the health, as well as maybe the organizations or groups, since Venus rules those areas. All right, Cancer, so have a great week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.